Morning guys, welcome to another Pokemon leaks video. This leak is a lot of new Pokemon and some of the starter evolutions and some of the legendary stuff, and obviously not all leaks are worth sharing because sometimes they just have no foundation in any fact, they don't overlap with anything. But the reason this one is worth sharing is because first of all, it's rumored to come from the Pokemon card design company, and second of all, it overlaps a lot with another leak video we did recently which covered a lot of questions in a big Q&A. If you haven't checked that video out, I'm going to leave it up in the cards and I'll leave it at the end of the video as well for you guys to check out because it's definitely well worth it. Especially now when the information of that source is overlapping with other sources like this. So it's looking more and more credible, and there's a lot of questions in there, so if those are true, that's a lot of information for the game. You guys should check that out. So let's get right into it. First of all, we have this middle or final, I'm not sure, evolutions of Scorbunny, Grookey. Got them right there, and yes, they do overlap with some of the other leaks that we have seen so far. He doesn't have his drumsticks, however, and he doesn't have a soccer ball. We have one for Sobble too. So in the right hand side, we're given some text, some conversation between some people, as well as the posting of the picture. So sorry I haven't seen the design of the final evolution for Scorbunny. As far as I'm aware of, its name was Banitriker, though it could be a name for a different language. Wooloo actually has a third evolution, only gained through an item. People expect this to be a 2-line stage. So yes, that's this right here. That's this. So here's Wooloo, clearly. Maybe second evolution. I'm not sure, with the horns. And this is probably the third evolution here. It looks a little bizarre, but its horns are more developed. It's developed wings now, and it's standing on its hind feet. So an item, 3-stage evolution. I guess Wooloo is considered the de facto, unofficial mascot of these games. So that works. And one other important thing is this little teacup here. This is what I believe is the ghost teacup poltergeist, which turns into the kettle we saw. And the reason I believe that is because of our old video. If we go back to these questions here, I did a video answering and reading on all these questions. There's a lot, it's over 70. And yeah, there's a question right here. Does poltergeist evolve? What about that watering can elephant thing? Only lower evolution for poltergeist, pure ghost teacup called Banty. Elephant isn't as man-made as it looks in picture, though, based on decorated watering can, watering steel, which makes me think it's a totally different Pokemon. Okay, so guys, what do you think of that? Correct, I mostly do typography and printing testing work. I also do some packaging work as well. So this is apparently a guy who works at the card company, Pokemon card company. I haven't gotten around doing them as of yet, but I can prove I haven't gotten around to doing them yet, but I can prove they do exist. Yes. Okay, so that's the first one. Next picture, here we have a very important one for our boy Impidimp. This, I think, is Impidimp's evolution, which they talk about. Impidimp evolution is a lot like a bigger Impidimp named Sprivly, but it hovers with small wings, keeping it up looks a bit dumb. So here we have, the first one is just a bit of self-advertising, I think, by some Instagram guy, so I'm not gonna show the Instagram link. Here we have no, this is a problem here. Zacian Steel Fighting and Zamazenta Steel Ground sounds plausible, but in our Q&As here, they give us Zamazenta's type and Zacian's type. So he does go into their type, Box Legends typing. Types will be a big surprise. Zacian is Water Steel, and Zacian, I think he means the other one, Zamazenta, is Fire Steel. So that looks more plausible based on their designs. So that's the only problem I have with this part of the thread, but it doesn't give us the pictures, so it's fine. It's not really a big deal. Anyway, VMAX mechanic typically serves as a power boost to certain values of the card. Yeah, they're talking about cards mostly as well. I mean, it is possible the typing for them and changing the card, but that seems a bit strange to me. I don't know. I haven't played Pokemon cards since I was a kid, like 20 years ago. But it's possible. Nowadays, I don't know, anything is possible. Flatwood drums, he beats on them with a stick not shown in the image. Yeah, we saw that in the previous image. Here, no sorry, there are multiple departments, I should be safe for now. Here, Crown Line is Fairy Rock. Crown Line is Fairy Rock. crown. I'm assuming he's talking about this one. Fairy rock looks legit. We have another fairy rock as well, and that does go into the Q&As that we were talking about. There's a fairy rock in here somewhere as well. And something bigger I want to show you too is this Pokemon is most likely confirmed. This one right here, the clock Pokemon, which Gigantamaxes into a giant old grandfather clock. Why do I think this one in particular is true? Because check this out. Here we have some news posted from a Pokemon Sword and Shield news Twitter, and it shows the outline which they theorize. Say, we've seen some companies have a Pokemon on their logo, such as Pokejob company had some kind of whale on, and one of the clothes designers had an electric dog on. This is another clothes designer, and it looks like it's a silhouette of a Gen 8 Pokemon. If that's not a silhouette of that clock, I don't know what is. That is right there. So it looks like some of the silhouettes on the clothes designers tags are giving us leaks about some of the Pokemon that are coming out. Only the silhouettes, but when we get pictures that match up with them, it's very hard to disbelieve. We have another thing that looks like Dunsparce, by the way. I don't think that is Dunsparce, but it looks like it. Turns into some sort of like weird ant thing that looks half similar to a Pokemon we already have. And we got another bird here. That looks like an old Pokemon. Not sure if that's new. We got this Golem one he talks about. It looks like Meltan a little bit, but it's not. So there is a Gigantamax for Robot Line. That's this. That is this right here. So the next picture here looks like some new Pokemon here that we haven't seen or heard about much before. But here we have a pseudoline that is Minotaur, and for Shield, snake-like dragon line for Sword. So here we have that grass flying type Pokemon that we already have. But this looks like it's evolution, so it might be a new Pokemon. This looks like an old Pokemon, but I think it might be a new one. This looks like possibly Galar Meowth right here. This looks very much like a Meowth. So this could be the Galar version of Meowth that we're going to be getting, which is in the leaks. There's a sewer rat Pokemon called Sneak Squeak. Poison evolves to King Squeak, Poison Dark. I'm wondering about that one here. As for this Pokemon right here, guys, I thought it was a familiar Pokemon, and in the leaks we have Galar Starly. Galar Starly, guys. Here we have Pseudo is 3-stage Centaur Minotaur. That's this one right here, 3 stages. Felixity is Meowth Galar Evo, Normal Ghost. That is this one, baby. Yes. These leaks also mention this Chipmunk Pokemon somewhere in there. This might be a lesser evolution, or it might be a different Pokemon. Last but not least, we got some of them that they mentioned that were coming back in the previous one. Here they say Lapras, Luxray, Heliolisk, and Drifblim is coming back. So we got what looks like Drifblim, perhaps. We got Luxray here, is evolution. And we got some, what they say is fossils. Yes, cannot against the rules. The conversation does look a little bit messy, but we can piece it together ourselves. So it's some of the possible fossil Pokemon. And of course we got Sobble over here. Just on for that Sobble water ghost typing, if you didn't know already, there's a very cool ghost type based on a headless horseman who throws his head around, along with Sobble, Evolve, and Poltia. It is confirmed in the leaks that Sobble is going to be Water Ghost. And we got this cool Headless Horseman coming, whatever that is. Humanoid, Water Ghost maybe, ninja style. That's the theme that they're going to be going with for Sobble as far as leaks have told us so far. It seems to line up already, so that's pretty good. Electric Fighting. First is Scrapunk, second is Automezil. I am wondering if they're talking about these. Electric and Electric Fighting. I needed a pseudo since they're categorized in the list that I was given, but other than that, I have no idea what their stats are. So guys, there's still some more updates coming in, so I'm not going to be finished with this video just yet. Here's some fan art of this robot line that looks like a Melton competitor. And some more new Pokemon too. Here we have that Gigantamax grandfather clock once more, and we got clearly a new evolution coming for Vanillux. Obviously that fits in with the dessert theme of this game. There's a lot of dessert Pokemon, there's a lot of fighting Pokemon. Here they talk about some of these Pokemon. We got Stickagrunt, Sipauk. Drew them before, I have no idea if there's more, but there's a good chance that there will be something new. Not completely sure, I believe that there is 4 other legendaries, but I haven't seen the designs for them. Minotaur line is pure fighting, then becomes steel fighting. That's not here in this picture, but we saw a Minotaur back there, and there's a 3-stage evolution to that, and it's going to be pure fighting and then steel fighting. There's 2 or 3 more Pokemon lines with fighting, not sure though. I mentioned it before in a lot of my videos, there's a very strong fighting theme to this, and as well as dark and poison and fairy. There's very strong themes going into this game. There is only 1 robot line, not sure about Clink, that's probably the one we just saw. New regional evolution line for Vanillite, that's what we got here. This one, and this one over here, I guess. Now it doesn't mention this, which is clearly Zebstrika or Blitzel. And as for Blitzel, our big Q&A leaks did leak a Galar Blitzel. That's really it for the conversations. But the fact that these leaks overlap so incredibly with the big massive 70+ question Q&A that I covered before, it really makes these seem a lot more credible. And so guys, it's all up to you and your judgment from here on out. Guys, let me know what you all thought of these leaks. What do you hope for the evolutions? Because it doesn't show us everything. And what do you think is correct, or what do you think is fake? Do they overlap with the leaks you know about? And if not, why not? Explain down in the comments, please. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming. Drop a sub if you're new. Hit that like if you liked. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye.